All right, we're live. It's Friday. Comrades, let us drink. Nostrovia. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. What's up, Grick Nash? What's up, Speaker Box? How y'all doing? How y'all cocksuckers doing? What's up, Adam Reyes? What's going on? What's new? It's time to rape society. It's time to rape society once again. Let's see what's going on in the headlines. Got the leaked memo directing the National Guard to arrest illegal immigrants. Norway central banker warns of massive 50% drop in wealth fund assets to cover budget deficits. Oh, somebody loves Fakesagan. I've got a text. Hold on a second here. Just going to respond to this real quick. Alright, let's see. Dude, are you gonna check out Milo on Bill Maher's show tonight? I might check it out after the fact. When somebody puts it on YouTube. What am I sipping on? Speaker Box, you know what the fuck I'm sipping on. Didn't you see the promo video for this live stream? I'm sipping on that good White Lightning, son. This is some strong shit, let me tell you. As a matter of fact, don't mind me. Oh, yeah. Ooh. That's a spicy meatball. All right, back to my headlines here. Democrats question Trump's sanity. Blasted for weaponizing mental health. Really? It's fucking Barry Goldwater all over again? I've got to read this one. Let me check this out. The desperation is becoming grotesque as the left's inability to move through the stages of grief is ever more evident. In the latest farcical attempt to create a narrative, as The Hill reports, a growing number of Democrats are openly questioning President Trump's mental health. Well, that's not really news. They've been doing that for quite some time. Oh, fucking Al Franken. They dusted that guy off. They brought him out of cryogenic stasis. Where the fuck has he been? You know, by the way, speaking of Al Franken, every time I check the bookshelves in a thrift store, which is quite often, because, you know, poor fags like me, we tend to shop at the Goodwills, the Salvation Army stores, stuff like that. You always find at least 15 or 20 copies of Lying Liars, or Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them. Like, that has got to be the most unread bestseller since A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. Like, everybody bought that fucking book, and clearly everybody hates it. I just think that's funny. It's got to be lining like a million hamster cages out there all across this great land of ours. Representative Earl Blumenauer, Democrat from Oregon, in a floor speech this week, called for a review of the Constitution's procedures for removing a president. He warned the 25th Amendment of the Constitution falls short when it comes to mental or emotional fitness for office. Senator Al Franken, during a weekend interview with CNN's State of the Union, said that a few Republican colleagues have expressed concern to him about Trump's mental health. And Representative Ted Lieu plans to introduce legislation that would require the presence of a psychiatrist or a psychologist in the White House. Now, see, oh, brother, if they look for something, they're going to fucking find it. If a completely sane person subjects his or herself to round the clock 24-hour surveillance by a mental health professional, they will find something wrong with you because that's their job. Like the DSM just gets thicker and thicker and thicker with every revised edition they put out, to the point that it's bigger than the fucking Bible now. The diagnostician's statistical manual is like 12 phone books put together. Everything is a fucking mental illness now. So if they've got him monitored round the clock, they're going to find some kind of fucking excuse to call him crazy. Anyway, continuing on. The Democrats justify their questions by pointing to Trump's habit of making demonstrably false claims. Okay, let's see. It's not normal behavior. I don't know anybody in a position of responsibility that doesn't know if they're being rained on. And nobody I work with serially offers up verifiably false statements on an ongoing basis. What is this rained on comment? Does anybody else, does anybody know what they're talking about, what this is a reference to? Did Donald Trump think that it was raining when it wasn't raining, or something like that? I don't know what this is about. Anyway, let's continue on here. So, not happy with dividing the nation by sex, all of them, race, wealth, and clothing manufacturer, the Democrats have decided to prey on mental health, which has invited criticism that they have gone too far. It's divisive. The bottom line is, if Trump doesn't succeed, we all fail. It's time to give the guy a chance, said Representative Scott Desjarlais. I can't even pronounce this. Desjarlais? Republican from Tennessee, whatever the fuck his name is. Representatives Duncan Hunter and Mike Simpson both burst out laughing when told some Democratic colleagues were questioning Trump's mental health. "Are you serious?" Hunter asked. "Yeah, I don't care what they say. I think that's a stretch," Simpson said. Furthermore, mental health professionals say the politicization comes at a cost. Political actors suggesting an opponent has psychological problems risks stigmatizing people with actual mental illnesses, they say. "I think the politicization is troubling," said Joshua Miller, a psychologist at the University of Georgia whose research focuses on pathological personality traits and personality disorders. "We certainly wouldn't want individuals to use mental illness as a weapon to harm others." I can't believe this article hasn't mentioned the Goldwater Act yet. Still, when all you have as identity politics hammer, every feeling hurting problem is a nail. Perhaps the Democrats should remember that, as Judge Jeanine notes, the American people voted for Trump because he made sense to them. Well, I mean, this article could have been summarized quite succinctly with one sentence: Al Franken is being a faggot. I mean, they could have just left it at that and saved me 5 minutes of live stream time here. Tommy, what's up, man? What's going on? Thank you very much for making it, for deigning to grace us with your presence once again. I'm ever so grateful, Tommy. Salute in the language of your people. Ah. Whoo. Hoo, 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 hoo. Oh, brother. Ooh, man. I mean, it's smooth. You don't need a chaser, but boy, ooh, that wakes you up. Oh, oh, baby, that ain't no apple pie. You know what the fuck I'm saying? That's the real shit, the real deal, Holyfield. Neutrinoid, it's good to see you again. How you doing there? Just Gnos says Tommy is old school. He has been here since the beginning. Hey, Tommy's very old school, but not as old school as the motherfucking Fakesagan. Just saying, bitches. 2006. Keeping it real. Chris and I are going to be live together and drink some shine. Are you drinking some shine, Tommy? You got some of that motherfucking habanero shine yourself there? You tying a little something on there, Tommy? Tying a little weekend buzz on? You keeping up with the Fakesagan? I'm doing good, Neutrinoid. How you doing? Speakerbox says, okay, a fake news journalist, Kurt Eichenwald. God, what a fucking name. Damn. Kurt Eichenwald said Trump was institutionalized in 1990. This was false, and Tucker Carlson called him out on it on his show. Man, Tucker Carlson with the fact checking lately. I hate to have to start thinking of that bow-tied wearing motherfucker as a responsible journalist, but it seems like he's been on point lately as far as checking the facts. Or I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. Kurt Eichenwald. That just the name though. Kurt Eichenwald. He sounds like he should be a upper echelon Third Reich member with a name. That is the most German name I've ever heard in my life. Tommy says, not today. I'm saying I'm coming over one day and we're going to drink live on your channel. That would be fucking awesome. That'd be fucking awesome. But in order for us to drink live, I mean, unless you just want to drink live, you know, audio only, I would have to have a computer modern enough to be able to actually do a video live stream, which I'm currently fucking incapable of doing. Um, it's audio only live streams for me, at least for the foreseeable future. Neutrinoid says, "Do you like egg pickle? I have free run chicken, therefore a lot of free eggs. Pickled eggs? You know, I've never had a pickled egg, and I've wanted to try pickled eggs ever since the Trailer Park Boys episode where they throw like a party for Bubbles after they burn his shed down by growing weed in there and having Corey and Trevor do the wiring. And then they're like, well, we know how much Bubbles loves the pickled eggs. And who doesn't? Everybody fucking loves pickled eggs, right? So we're going to have a little party for you just like we used to there, buddy. We got you some pickled eggs. And ever since then, I've wanted to try them just to see if they're all that. But every time I see them in the supermarket, I pussy out. I'm like, man, that just doesn't look like it would be good. I don't know. That's got to be a lot of salt, a lot of artery clogging goodness there. I don't know if I can handle that much sodium. I don't know. I wouldn't want to retain a bunch of water weight, start looking like Paul's ego. Yeah, it might not be a good thing. I might start getting into fake fights if I do that. Who knows where it would lead? Speakerbox says, yeah, Adam, I was thinking of something else. Oh, okay. This side conversation there. This doesn't concern me. I'm going to go ahead and take a drink. Man, that buzz is already coming on. Oh, this is smooth. Oh, man. And you know, when you drink some good shine like this, that's distilled right, the buzz is so clean. Like, you know, when you're drinking shitty liquor, like when you're getting soused on some fucking blended Seagram 7 Canadian whiskey or some shit like that, it feels like a dirty buzz. It's just, you feel kind of gross and you almost feel sick before you even get the hangover. But when you're sipping on some good fucking shine like this, oh man, it's just like, it's almost like the onset of an acid trip. Like, everything gets this halo around it, like this glow, this kind of luminescent, I don't know how to explain it. The motherfuckers that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And the motherfuckers that don't, fuck off. Oh man. Oh, it's got such a flavor too. It's got this real smoky note to it. So my dude told me that this is actually distilled from watermelon, like the mash that they use to make this. I guess watermelon was the primary ingredient, but it doesn't even have any watermelon taste. It has no fruit flavor at all. It doesn't have any sweetness to it. It doesn't have any green tint to the color. It's just completely clear liquor. Just like pure alcohol, but I guess it's a watermelon distillation. Man, this is some good ass fucking shit. That's all I'll tell you guys right now. Tell you right now, boy. Blue moon o'er Kentucky, keep on shining. Do you think the establishment is going to try to impeach Trump over some bullshit? And if they do, how are Trump supporters going to react? I do indeed think that impeachment proceedings are in the offing. I mean, look, let's put this into perspective, okay? Let's put this into a little recent historical perspective. Obama had a lot of critics, and I'm not going to pretend that he didn't. There was the birther. I have not forgotten about the birther movement. But people only carried that so far. And it was only, shall we say, a lunatic fringe, including our esteemed President Donald Trump, who are actually taking this seriously. You didn't hear people in Congress, you didn't hear people in the Senate talking about birth certificates. Actually, let me amend. I might be wrong about that. There might have been some House Republicans that were actually that were actually talking about that. I'd have to fact check myself here. But the constant onslaught of criticisms against Trump's legitimacy, they're constantly looking for a chink in his armor. It's just this nonstop onslaught of is he a legitimate president? Is he a Russian spy? Does he have mental health issues? This, that, the other motherfucking thing. I really feel like they're trying to, and now now that the GOP themselves are actually talking about a probe into possible Russian connections. Pardon me. I think yeah, I think it's a I don't think it's fear mongering to suggest that impeachment proceedings might be in the offing. And if that does occur, if articles of impeachment are actually put forth, what do I think will be the reaction of Trump supporters? I think they will chimp the fuck out. And I think it will be a Caucasian chimp out. In other words, Oklahoma City bombing tier chimp out. Because when white people chimp out, it's nasty. That's the kind of chimp out you don't want to see. That's the kind of chimp out you don't want to have anything to do with. That's the kind of chimp out you just want to unass the area of operations. You want to get out of the country for a while. Go on vacation until it's over. Just get out of the way. That's the kind of chimp out you don't want to. Exactly. Speaker box, you're making my point for me. Conservatives don't riot under normal circumstances, but when they do, you better look out. Because conservatives are the motherfuckers with the guns. Conservatives are the motherfuckers with the know-how. Conservatives are our veterans. Conservatives are our retired and off-duty police. These are the people who know how to get down and dirty. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I think it's time to pick up a few more shots. If you know what I'm saying. Hold on just a second, motherfuckers. Yo, Gerald Legault in the house. What's up, motherfucker? You getting your drink on, Gerald? I certainly hope so. Intaglio Oglethorpe says Kent State. Kent State. I wouldn't call Kent State a conservative chimp out. That is more of an instance of government tyranny. Because that was the National Guard. I think chimp outs are reserved for when civilian populations do something. If you have a G rating, if you're working for the government in any capacity, that's not a chimp out. That is democide. So let's get our terms right here. Great Helm, what's up, Great Helm? Good to see you. It's good to have you here. Great Helm says conservatives are the intellectual forebears of the American Revolution. Leftists are the forebears of the French mob. The French mob. The French mob. Are you talking about the French resistance in World War II? Or are you talking about the French Revolution? What French mob? I don't know. Whoosh! It went over my head, buddy. Went over my head. The French Revolution. You hating on the French Revolution, man? Après moi le déluge, motherfucker? Is that what you're trying to say here? You got a problem with the French Revolution? Silk Knitter 87 says Trump supporters are a dangerous force to be reckoned with. When you think about it, they will follow Trump to the gates of hell if he asks them to. That's the power money can't buy. I will tell you one thing. If Trump were to be impeached, I'm not saying I would do anything well, let me choose my words carefully because I've already got a healthy buzz on. Let me pause and reflect. Give me a second, guys. I'm not saying that I would I'm not saying I would engage in any subversive activities necessarily. Let me just say I would not be a very happy camper. And when a man as well armed and frankly as intelligent as the fake Sagan is an unhappy camper, bitch, you better get the fuck out the way. Because shit's about to get real. Very real. As real as it gets. Do you know what I'm saying? Are we on the same wavelength, motherfuckers? Ooh. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Oh, that flavor. Oh, that flavor. You know, I feel sorry for people who have a sensitive palate. Let me diverge on a tangent here. You know, people who can't handle spicy foods, they don't know the difference between like some nasty tasting Tabasco sauce. And let's be real, Tabasco sauce is fucking garbage. I mean, if you have a flavor palate and you actually have a sense of taste, it's garbage. It's crap. And some very um gourmet Mrs. Renfro's habanero salsa. You know what I'm saying? Like, all they taste is hot. All they taste is burning. They're like, it tastes like burning, but they can't appreciate the flavor notes, the subtle blend of like fruity flavors. You know what I'm saying? It's the same for people who can't handle their drink. Like if you can't drink and all you taste is the burning of the alcohol, but you can't detect the mixture of flavors, I have nothing but pity for you. Because let me tell you right now, when I sip on some fine moonshine, not some shit that some fucking Yoko old boy who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing distilled, but some shit that a fucking artisan put his heart and soul into. Let me tell you. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's a master. This shit is a masterpiece. It tastes so fucking good. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just rambling. Am I off my rocker, guys? You'll let me know. Let me know. Jathno says, I think the extent of what we will see is a lot of lawn chairs on AstroTurf. Well put. Well put, motherfucker. Well put. Jethno says, never had moonshine. Then you don't like liquor. But you brewed your own beer. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Respect, respect. Much respect. But did you brew your own beer with one of those shitty home kits like Mr. Beer? Or did you actually go to a home brew store and get like a real professional setup? And, you know, you were like, you like, devising your own proportion of hops to motherfucking barley. Like you were actually putting some thought into that shit, getting that shit right. You know what I mean? Yeah, shitty kid, I'm a lazy bastard. See, that's what I thought. See, that's what I thought. I mean, if you got one of those sharper image motherfucking kits where it's like a plastic little barrel that you put fucking like BB gun CO2 cartridges into to fucking carbonate the shit, and you ain't really fucking put any thought or effort into it, I gotta take back those respect points. But man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. if you enjoy your drink like the Fakesagan, see, the thing is, I'm not an alcoholic by any stretch of the imagination. Weeks and months can roll by without me having a drop of ethanol in my system, and I feel just fine. But when I drink, when I do, I like to appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to appreciate that shit the way Siskel and Ebert watch a motherfucking movie. You know, I'm a critic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, man, this shit's got some good buzz to it. Let me tell you that, boy. Let me tell you that right now. Nostrovia. Whoo! Oh, man. Oh. Oh, that note. Those notes. You know, it actually tastes like it was aged in an oak barrel, even though I'm sure it wasn't. Like it's got this smoky wood smoke kind of flavor. I can't explain it. It's fucking good. Some fucking good shit right here. Man, I wish I could share this. I wish you might, especially Tommy from the Bronx. I wish Tommy from the Bronx was here in my apartment right now, and we could have a drink together. I'll tell you that right now. You would appreciate this shit, my fine Italian friend. Neutronoid says, I know what you mean. Someone served me some Jamaica Blue Mountain. By the first coffee sip, I knew it was Jamaica Blue Mountain without reading the label. My boy Neutronoid knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Hell yeah. These Philistines aren't on our level, Neutronoid. We gotta take these motherfuckers to school. We gotta take them to school. Gerald Legault says, what do you think of people who don't want kids? That's their choice. That's their choice. I assume that question kind of goes to my newfound Christianity. And you expect me to take the typical Christian line of be fruitful and multiply, like it's some kind of... But look, Christians consider that different people have different callings from the Lord. Not everybody is called to procreate. Not everybody is called to have a wife or marry in the first place. It doesn't really have anything to do with... Oh, okay, not really. Okay, all right. Then I got off on the wrong foot with you there. All right. Touche, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't really care. The way I look at it is this. If you want to select yourself out of the gene pool, it's probably for good reason. And who am I to stand in your way? Because the way I look at it is this, all right? The body knows when something is wrong. Call it anecdotal evidence, call it what you will. But I've heard so many stories of people who became terminally ill, but they knew before they went to the doctor and got a diagnosis. For example, my favorite uncle, God rest his soul, my Uncle Joe, the one who taught me to play guitar. He died of stomach cancer. May his memory be eternal. And from all accounts that I've been given, long before he received a diagnosis from the doctor, he just had a feeling that something was wrong. He knew that there was a problem. I think that not enough is made of intuition. People have kind of written intuition off like it doesn't, like it's something superstitious, like it has no place in the modern world. if somebody knows that they don't belong in the gene pool, if somebody, and I've said this, I made this observation about Gary and Mendham when I made the remark that all the right people seem to be anti-natalists, right? Maybe a guy like Mendham knows that he shouldn't breed. Maybe some part of him, some deep instinctual understanding, something beneath the conscious level, understands, hey, I'm not a very nice guy. What has my net effect been? How have I affected other people's lives? Has it been more positive than negative? Maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't propagate my genes. And then the rationalization follows that. It's like you will build up this entire philosophy, this entire anti-natalist mindset to justify an a priori justification for your intuitive understanding that, hey, I don't belong here. I'm doing more harm than good. So if somebody chooses not to have children, I support you. You don't want to have kids? Don't have motherfucking kids. It's probably, if you don't want them, I'm not going to twist your arm into it. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Are these just drunken ramblings, or are you picking up what I'm putting down? Adam Reyes says, would you recommend getting married in the current year? Where do you live, Adam Reyes? Be specific. And while I await your answer, Neutronoid Fractalot says, globalist convinced intelligent people to not breed since we see long term. Well, if only intelligent people don't breed, then we would get a dysgenic effect. That's like the idiocracy effect. So I couldn't see that as a good thing. Adam Reyes says Canada, Alberta, Calgary, Alberta. We have a 55% divorce rate. Yeah. Let me put it this way, Adam. It's not that I wouldn't recommend getting married in the current year, but I wouldn't recommend getting married in your current location, because the West has been destroyed by feminism, and it's pretty much impossible to successfully support a family when women are liberated from having any meaningful connection with a man. And really, isn't that what women's liberation truly is? When we get down to brass tacks, when we get right down to it, isn't that what it means? Being liberated from their biological role. Right? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? You picking it up? You picking it up? Picking it up like that lucky penny? You picking that up? You see, if you want to have a family, if marriage and family is what you want, I would suggest, like at the very least, move to I don't know, move to Greece, move to Russia, move to some country that still has some traditional values, some culture, where religion still has a foothold. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't stand a chance in Canada. You don't stand a chance in the United States. It's not going to happen for you, buddy. And now, if you will all excuse me, I'm going to take a brief smoke break. I'll keep it short. Don't miss me too much while I'm gone. I'll be back. Guys, discuss amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. The peanut is neither a pea, nor is it a nut. Discuss. Discuss amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. This is Fakesagan Rape Society, Volume 7. The hour is 10:47 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it finds me, the Fakesagan, feeling relaxed, contemplative, at ease. My synapses firing, my mind brought into clearer focus by nicotine. Pure ethanol coursing through my veins. And there's nothing I'd like more at this moment than to step outside, take my shirt off, and feel the cool, temperate breeze washing over my skin, borne upon airy pinions by flights of seraphim. But instead, I'm gonna hang in here with you guys. I'm gonna stick with this live stream a little bit longer. Cause it's my duty to the people. And far be it from me to neglect my responsibility. Adam Reyes says, "Oh boy, yeah. I'm getting there, Adam. I'm getting there. I don't know if the guns are going to come out or anything like that. Um, maybe no self-inflicted wounds, but yes, yes, yes. We're having fun on Friday night. Speakerbox says, "Did you want to marry Ocean?" Well, I think it's a matter of public record and common knowledge that at one point Ocean and I called one another fiance. That we were, shall we say, engaged to be engaged. But that isn't how things worked out. Alas, that isn't how it worked out. So, I don't waste a lot of time with regret. I don't look back into the past. I look forward. Speaker box. That's the way I do things. I'm like a shark. I have to keep swimming or I won't oxygenate my gills and I will perish. You know what I'm fucking saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Speaker box. I certainly motherfucking hope so. You saw our marriage on a show. Was it fake? Well, it was reality TV, Jathnos. So, what do you motherfucking think? Do you think it was real? Do you think it was real? Really, motherfucker? Really, motherfucker? I don't think so. Adam Reyes says, "What you said about marriage was pretty close to what the MGTOWs say. What do you think of them?" Here's what I think of men going their own way. I agree with. I can't remember whether it was Sargon of Akkad or the Venerable Styx Hexenhammer 666, but one of the people I'm subscribed, and it's a short list. My subscription feed is very small. I don't watch too much content on YouTube. But somebody that I watch said that MGTOW is like the equal and opposite Newtonian reaction to third wave feminism, and I completely agree. I see it as every bit as sexist, every bit as retarded and obnoxious. And quite frankly, I think that MGTOWs are a bunch of faggots because a real man wants to be with a woman. And these MGTOW guys are all about male identity, right? They're the real men. They're men's men. They're men who are proud of their manlyhood, right? Their manliness, whatever. Well, if that's what you're claiming, then how can you dispense with your sexuality? A man is only a man in contrast to and in synergy with the essence of a female. Do you guys know what I'm saying? I think you do. I think you do. 'Cause it's Friday night and the mood is right. I think you know what I'm saying. Kirk99 says, "What happened with your long distance driving job?" That job, I might still be employed. I somewhat doubt it. It's, sometimes an employer fires you. Sometimes an employer lays you off. And sometimes an employer just ghosts you. Like an immature high school relationship. They just stop returning your calls. They just stop answering your texts. It's like you don't exist. And that's pretty much where I stand. But I already have a new job. I have a new job, motherfucker. I'm making $16 an hour moving furniture and indeed driving semi-trucks for a furniture moving company, and that's what I'm doing now. So I don't know, and quite frankly, I'm happy that I'm not doing long haul trucking anymore, because as I've previously stated, being a long haul trucker is a lot like being human trafficked. You never know when you're going to see home again. Um, you have no control over your life. You're constantly being moved from place to place. Um, you have this vague hope that Liam Neeson is going to come to your rescue, but he never does. That's what being a long haul trucker is like, and it just sucks. Tommy from the Bronx says, "What are you drinking? The whole jar?" No, the jar is. Let me examine the level here. The jar is about 3/4 of the way full. I've dranken about a quarter of the jar, and some of it still remains here in this wine glass. Old school, old school, and I'm about to take a swig right now. And now nothing remains in the wine glass. Ooh, 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 ooh. mm, 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 mm. Boy, I'll tell you, I am feeling fine. Feeling very, very nice right now. Very, very nice right now. Gennady says, I keep expecting you to say you're never really asleep and you're never really awake as a trucker, quoting Edward Norton in Fight Club. Um, well, I didn't say that, so the credit goes to you. Yet that is a very apt description. It makes me wonder if you've actually done some long haul trucking yourself. And if you haven't, perhaps you should be a novelist, because you have a unique gift for insight, Gennady. Jothno says, I stick with beer because it is easier to pace myself. Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of the hard liquor, Jothno, so I'm more of a beer drinker myself. But you have to understand something. A fine, home brewed, home distilled moonshine is not like the liquor that you get at the corner liquor store. It's on a totally different level. It's like comparing some Bartles and James wine cooler to a vintage Dom Perignon. I mean, this shit is fucking, it's on point. That's all I can say. Yeah, I know that was a mixed metaphor, because Dom Perignon is fucking, that's like champagne, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not wine. Whatever. Fuck you. I'm poor. Okay, I can't get my rich guy shit straight. But yeah. I mean, this stuff is it's not like swigging on Bacardi 151. Let me tell you. Even though this shit is every bit as powerful, it's smooth, it's flavorful, it's to be savored. It's an experience. You know what I mean? Lord Gricknesh says, I have a Crown and Coke now and again, but yeah, I usually stick to beer. And what's your favorite beer, Lord Gricknesh? What's your favorite brew? Intaglio says, did you ever ferment surge under your bed? That sounds absolutely hideous. Could you even ferment a surge? Because I would assume that any kind of processed soft drink has so many preservatives in it that you wouldn't be able to get any kind of yeast to grow in it. It would have too many antibiotic properties for that to occur, for the fermentation to take root. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's why it was discontinued. Really, it goes bad. So people were getting salmonella poisoning from drinking a surge. Is that what's going on in Taglio? Lord Gricknash says, that's a tough one. I really like Sam Adams because it's patriotic. My favorite beer is Shiner Bock. Have you ever had Shiner Bock? Man, that shit is fucking delicious. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you right now, boy. If I had a Shiner Bock right here, I wouldn't be swigging on it. I'd be saving it until I'm done with the shine. But it's some good stuff. Does Croesusborg still make video stuff? By the way, since we're talking about beer, and I'm not exaggerating, Croesus Brow was the finest beer I've ever tasted in my life. Croesusborg homebrewed his own stout beer, and he sent me a bottle, and man, oh, I could still taste it. It was delicious. It was so fucking good. That guy should apply for a small business loan and start brewing some motherfucking beer. Because that shit was sensational. Let me tell you that right now. And Tommy replied, no, but I talk to him on the phone every now and then. Do you really, Tommy? You're keeping up with Croesusborg? Why don't you tell that motherfucker to get his ass back on YouTube where he belongs? To stop shirking his duty. Once you join YouTube, once you start vlogging, you are one of us. You can't stop. This is the mafia. This is the fucking Cosa Nostra. You don't leave. You don't fucking leave. We're going to put a hit out on his ass. He needs to get back on YouTube and start making motherfucking videos. Damn it. Fakey, show us your... Are you on about this foot shit again? Really? This is the most bizarre, abstract version of trolling that I've ever come across. Show us your foot. Okay, I'll show you my foot. I'll show you my foot, motherfucker. Here's my foot. Boot you out this motherfucking room. Oh! Shame on a nigga who trying to run game on a nigga. Woo, buck wild with the trigger. Shame on a nigga who trying to run game on a nigga. Woo, buck wild with the trigger. Yo, hut 1, hut 2, hut 3, hut. Old dirty bastard live and uncut. Yeah, I bet he didn't see that coming. He said, show me your foot. I showed him my foot. Right up your motherfucking ass, motherfucker. Right up your ass. I like my coffee the same way I like my women. Black. But guess what? Get your creepy stalker ass out of here, Devin Jones. I was waiting for you to show up in this motherfucker. I was waiting for you to show up. Just so I could fucking block your ass out of here, too. Stick to stalking very a blast, bitch. Because guess what? Fakey, he ain't having none of that. He ain't having none of that. You can save it. Fuck you. Lord Gricknash says, it's a shame you didn't save that Trump commentary from last time. That was priceless. Hey, look. Lord Gricknash, let me tell you something, okay? I am a perfectionist when it comes to my content on YouTube. My videos are my children. I'm like a Rembrandt, and YouTube is my canvas. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the stream cuts out before I complete my objective, that's not good enough. I'm not going to settle for good enough. It has to be the best that it can be. The best a man can get, like Gillette, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? You picking up? what I'm putting down. Are you? I hope so. I hope so, Lord Gricknash. I would hate to think otherwise. Now, if y'all motherfuckers will excuse me, I feel the need for some more nicotine. I'll be right back. Wait, pause that shit. Pause that shit. The Baron of Lulls is giving me an opportunity to show off my Cyrillic reading skills. So I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I can't pass up. I'm an intellectually arrogant motherfucker, so I gotta fucking... He says, Zdrovo fakey. Kak Zizin. Zdrovia, Baron of Lulls. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go smoke. I'll be right back, bitch. Alright. Alright, I got my Nick hit. Yeah, by the way, life is good, man. Life is good. Kak Jivin, how is life? Life is motherfucking good, bitch. It's very, very good. And it's about to get just a little bit better. Because 3/4 of a jar, that's not enough. Baby, that's just not enough. I want more. I want it all. I want it all. Oh, I spilled a drop. What a crime. I spilled a drop. That is just... Somebody should punch me in the fucking nuts for doing that. I deserve it. I deserve it. Maybe I should do it. No, I'm not going to do that myself. I like my nuts too much. Nostrovia. Ooh. Ooh, baby. Ooh. One more. One more time. Mm. Mm. Adam Reyes asks, does all alcohol have the same effect? Or does do different things have different effects? Adam Reyes, how old are you? Something makes me think that you're not of the legal drinking age. Or perhaps for personal reasons you've just never partaken. No, I'm just curious. There's nothing to be sorry about. Being a member of the War Room, being part of Fakesagan's audience means never having to say you're sorry. You're 30. You're 30. No, no, you're a tard because you don't drink? Come on, man. What do you think? I'm some judgmental fucking frat boy? Oh, you don't drink? Well, you fucking pussy. Come on, man. It ain't like all that. It ain't like I'm not judging you. I'm just asking some questions. I'm just asking questions, Adam Reyes. Pardon my curiosity, motherfucker. Um, alcohol, different types of alcohol do indeed have different effects. Um, like I said before, if I were getting soused right now off some shitty Bacardi 151 or some schnapps, or some nasty fucking Jägermeister, I would feel sick. I would probably already have a headache, and I'd probably be getting belligerent and angry and acting like a dick. But when you drink some fine, artisanal, home distilled moonshine, you just feel this warm, all encompassing glow. Like, like, uh, like this warm embrace. It's I can't describe it. I can't describe it, Adam Reyes. I guess you would have to start drinking in order to know what I'm talking about. But yes, different types of alcohol do have different effects. The venerable revolutionary Pancho Villa once said, "Give me 100 men drunk on tequila, and I will conquer any nation." Right. So he considered that there was a difference between tequila and just like getting drunk on beer, drinking vodka. Um, Different spirits have different well, they have different spirits. How else can I put it? Kirk says they have the same end effect: loss of inhibition, potential violence, kebabs, pissing on carpet, puking in bed. What does kebab have to do? What the fuck does kebab have to do with alcohol, Kirk? You lost me on that one. I'll tell you what, I feel like the general audience at large might be getting a bit weary of the drunken ramblings here. So let's go back to the headlines. Let's go back to the news. Let's do what we do best here on the Fake Sagan channel and talk about politics. California city erects prison camp to deal with homeless. What? I gotta read this one. Here we go. There are two major problems that come to mind, explains shithitthefanplan.com's Max Slavo. First, the level of homelessness, poverty, and idle populations in California and across the country. And second, the divided world between the 1% and the struggling 99% is coming to a head. Economically, things are very close to the brink, and there are far too many people who have given up at the individual level. This crisis has given the impetus for cities like Santa Ana to take drastic action. The other side of the coin is that if they do this to homeless vagrants, and out of work families, they can do it to anyone. If civil unrest comes, perhaps in combination with mass unemployment, a crashed stock market and monetary system, and great misery, those keep society in check will feel compelled to come with a heavy hand. People will be rounded up, some of them unfairly. Entire communities can be disrupted or forced under an emergency to evacuate and take shelter in FEMA centers while the cities become off limits. There are a lot of things that can happen, including a hard-working, unemployment, head above water American families. When this thing starts to unravel, making do in the current atmosphere won't cut it. In the aftermath of what is coming, many people will be desperate. Tent cities and migrating Americans looking for temporary work will return. And let me interject on my own Hoovervilles, if you will. Hoovervilles. Back to the article. Millions more will flock to government welfare programs and be dragged into the dregs of collectivist measure to ride out bad times. They are moving to sweep up the disarray of society that is crumbling and a financial landscape that is no longer survivable for a wide sector of the general population. The city of Santa Ana has come up with an innovative and despotic way of keeping their homeless population in check. Imprison them. The city is now party to a federal lawsuit over unreasonable seizure, false imprisonment, and due process violations. Heading up a lawsuit on behalf of Michael Dale, who has lived at the encampment for 3 years, is the ACLU of Southern California. The lawsuit demands the immediate removal of the 6-foot-tall chain-link fence penning in 75 to 100 people and their belongings. Holy shit, this is fucked up. Defendants' actions have not only illegally restricted the liberty of the homeless people living in the encampment, but it has also cut them off from access to food, water, and medical care, thus threatening their health and well-being, the lawsuit states. According to Courthouse News, Deal was shot in the head at a Tustin convenience store in 2009. He lost his right eye and doctors were unable to remove the bullet from his head. He takes medication every day to control seizures that have become more frequent with the increased presence of authorities at the encampment, he says in the complaint. When a woman suffered a seizure at the encampment after the fence was erected, Deal says paramedics had difficulty reaching her because the barriers have blocked parts of the sidewalk at Chapman Avenue and Orangewood Avenue, where people used to come and go. If people living at the encampment cut holes in the fences with bolt cutters, Orange County Public Works employees repair it. For the elderly and disabled, it is neither safe nor realistic to scale the fence or navigate the river to get to a steep, rocky embankment on the river's west side, Deal says. Children, people with severe disabilities, the elderly, and others are deprived of food, water, and access to restrooms, said ACLU homelessness policy analyst Eve Garrow. The county should take action to rectify this egregious violation of basic human rights. Naturally, the county is claiming that they are not doing anything wrong and that the fence put in place after the homeless community began growing there is for flood control. The county is aware that there are homeless encampments in the project area. Flood control channels are not a safe place to live. Sign postings and in-person notifications about the project have been provided to those encamped along the county maintenance road, the county said in a statement. However, according to Deal and the others who were imprisoned in the camp, police told them that they should move there to avoid citations for sleeping in public and in the other parts of town. By the way, isn't it fascinating that there's not a peep about this in the mainstream media? This reminds me of a couple years ago. I believe it was in 2015. The nation's largest prison strike in history, which began in California, was completely ignored by the mainstream media. There were sympathy strikes in prisons all across the country, and not a peep about it was made by the MSM. I really, the fact that I have to go to a site like Zero Hedge to hear about this, and nobody in the MSM is talking about it. It's frightening. It's frightening the level of control they have over the narrative. And they seem to be focused on, like, is Trump a Nazi? Is Trump a secret Russian agent? And meanwhile, there is a prison encampment for the homeless in California, and not a word, not a single word, is made about this in the mainstream press. The county is aware that there are homeless encampments in the project area. Flood control channels are not a safe place to live. Sign postings and in-person notifications about the project have been provided to those encamped along the county maintenance road, the county said in a statement. However, according to Deal and others who are imprisoned at the camp, police told them that they should move there to avoid citations for sleeping in public in the other parts of town. What this case in Santa Ana illustrates is the state's continued war on the right of people to exist. Every time a group homeless community finds a safe spot located out of the way, they are targeted for removal or, in this barbaric case, imprisonment. Earlier this month, the Free Thought Project reported on another war being waged against the homeless population in California, known as the Promised Land. A group of homeless people in Oakland sought to improve their situation by creating a camp that would foster sobriety and help people to get jobs. It was located out of the way under a series of overpasses. They had running water, were growing their own food, and did not allow drug or alcohol use within the camp. Holy shit. Not How the fuck do you set up running water underneath a fucking overpass? And they were for a homeless population to prevent alcohol and drug abuse from infiltrating their community, that's nothing less than fucking inspirational, right? That is anarchism in action right there. Anyway, returning to the article, I'm done editorializing with my drunken motherfucking ass. As cops and officials allowed the other heroin-riddled encampments to continue, they targeted the Promised Land for destruction. Man, fuck the motherfucking police. Damn. Deal now seeks an injunction ordering the county to provide him with reasonable means of leaving the riverbed and being able to retrieve his property. And that is the end of this article. Wow. Wow. This is why I read Zero Hedge. This is why I do it. Allow me to punctuate that article with a shot. Isn't it, Lord Grignash? Isn't it just? So messed up, in fact, that I feel the need for a little smoke. I'll be right back. You guys, discuss amongst yourselves. What do you think about the fact that when people try to self-organize, when people police their own community, supplanting the role of government, the government steps in and throws a monkey wrench in the works and says, you can't do things on your own. You need me to be the omnipresent daycare monitor. Fuck you for trying to live your own life your own way. There is no future without hierarchy. That's my thought that I leave you with while I go vape my 6 milligram fluid that tastes like shit. This is Fakesagan Rape Society, Volume 7. I'll be right back. And we are back. Sorry for letting the bumper music loop twice there, but I took a smoke break and a much needed piss break. And 420 Blazed Faggot. No, I don't think so, Lydian. I'm done with the pot. I've left that chapter of my life behind me. I don't need it anymore. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll make it up to you guys by running this live stream a little bit longer than usual. I think instead of 2 hours, I'll go for 2.5. Even though I need to be up early in the morning tomorrow, because tomorrow is the Saturday of Souls. And I gotta be at church at 8 a.m. sharp for the Saturday of Souls. Neutrinoid says, you're watching Milo versus Bill Maher. So you're dividing your attention between Milo Yiannopoulos and Bill Maher and Fakesagan's drunken ramblings? How's that working out for you? You are quite the multitasker there, Neutrinoid. I would think that one no need for sorries. I'm just saying, isn't my drunken I'm sorry, poor grammar there. Aren't my drunken ramblings distracting you from the lively debate between alt-right commentator and Breitbart contributor Milo Yiannopoulos and perennial liberal douchebag Bill Maher? Isn't it difficult to pay attention to both of those at the same time? How you pulling that off, motherfucker? And while you come up with an answer, I'm going to take me another shot. Assuming that I actually asked the coherent question, because at this point I'm not sure anymore. Nostrovia. Nate Wheatshelt asks, Fakey, have you ever used slugs to play at arcades without using real quarters? No, but one time when I was a kid, I wanted to beat Golden Axe. Do you remember the arcade game Golden Axe? I wanted to beat it. I wanted to play all the way to the end. And I knew I was going to need a lot of quarters. So I took $45 worth of fucking quarters. I went to the bank with 45 fucking bucks. I was like 16 years old or something at the time. I went to the bank with 45 fucking bucks, and I was like, give me $45 worth of quarters, bitch. And I stepped my ass down to the fucking arcade, and I played Golden Axe all the way to the motherfucking end. Even though it took me a cold hard 50 bucks worth of fucking quarters to beat that motherfucking game. I got to the end and I won Golden Axe, bitch. And it was a proud fucking moment. It was a proud moment. Yeah, that shit was the shit. It was awesome. Dwarf warrior needs food. I mean, I love that. I can still remember it. Man, that game was fucking awesome. Takeshi Kitano says, Adam, I smoked weed a lot and... Oh, you guys are having a side conversation. I don't care. I'll read it anyway. I'll be the eavesdropper. I will drop the eaves. I'm not just trimming the verge, motherfucker. I'm fucking reading in on your shit. Adam, I smoked weed a lot in high school. Once I started fucking with coke, I couldn't smoke weed anymore without getting panic attacks. Fuck cum. Coke. Fuck coke. You were doing coke in fucking high school? Man, that's hard rocks. Although, to be fair, I tried heroin for the first time in high school. And here's the story of how that transpired. My weed dealer came up to me one day and he said, "Hey, Chris, you like that weed, don't you?" And I was like, "Huh?" And he was like, "How'd you like to try something a little bit stronger?" And I was like, "Okay." And he said, "How about some of this? Smack right here." And I said, "Hook me up." It was some good shit. I didn't boot it or anything. I didn't use the intravenous method. I just snorted a motherfucking bag. But yeah, to people who say that weed isn't a gateway drug, shut the fuck up, because it definitely is. Because that is the story of how I tried heroin for the first time. So what do we have here? Oh my god, what the fuck? Crit says, "Nice to see you, Fakey." It's nice to see you too. It's good to have you here. And being that it's been a while since you've been to one of these, welcome back. It's good to have you back. Welcome back aboard to the Rape of Society. Spearheaded by none other than the motherfucking Fakesagan. I am the captain of this carnival cruise. Kathy Lee lets me rub my dick on her boobs. No one can hear you speak because it's a soundproof room. Jinky B says, "Greetings, fellow citizens of YouTube." Greetings. Greetings. That's old school shit. Old school, motherfucker. Props. Props. You've been a fan for a while, I can tell. Man, you know what? I'm just going to admit. Can I be honest? Can I be honest with the 31 people watching this live stream right now? Can I bare my soul? Let me let you guys in on a little secret. I'm a little bit drunk right now. Just a little bit. I've consumed just slightly too much alcohol for my system to handle. I'm just a little bit drunk. Just a little bit. Is that okay, Intaglio? Is it okay? Alright. As long as you've absolved me of responsibility, because isn't that what we all want? To skirt responsibility. To be absolved of any wrongdoing. To be worthy in the estimation of our peers. I think it is. I think it is. I do. Jothno says you're conducting yourself pretty well, Chris. That's good. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna leave this one up. I'll have to. I'll have to check it out tomorrow morning when I'm sober before I go to church. See, the good thing with this shine is no matter how soused you get, no matter how three sheets to the wind you find yourself, you always wake up without a hangover. There's no need to mix that raw egg with that tomato juice and drink that motherfucking prairie oyster. You're good. You are good. That's what I love about it the most. It's just, there's no methanol in the mix. Pure ethanol. Pure ethanol. I ain't going blind. Do you understand? I see so clearly. I see more clearly than ever. Cure me, Paul's ego is only greater than me in terms of body mass index. He's fatter than I am. That's it. But when it comes to intellectual acumen, I don't motherfucking think so. When it comes to charisma and the ability to engage an audience, I don't think so. I don't think so. And by the way, this whole, you guys have been waiting for me to chime in on Billy the Fridge and this fucking fight. Do y'all want to hear me talk about Paul's ego versus Billy the Fridge? You've all been asking for it. I've seen it in the comments of all my videos that have nothing to do with this topic. And it's annoying when you guys ask me to talk about this shit. Yeah, you motherfucking do. Shut the fuck up, Jonathan. You know what? Fuck you, bitch. You're on a timeout. Put the dunce cap on your head and sit in the corner and think about what you've done. Think carefully about what you've done. Because people do want to hear me talk about this. Okay, they do. And here's what I have to say. It's kayfabe. It's fucking fake. The fight was fake. You fucking goyim. Isn't it convenient the way they cut off the live stream? I'm sorry, it wasn't a live stream. Isn't it convenient the way they cut off the podcast right when the fight began? The minute they started swinging on each other, calling to mind the denouement of the movie Tusk by Kevin Smith. Two fat motherfuckers just flailing their blabber at one another. Their blubber, I'm sorry. Isn't it convenient the way the fucking show cut off right then? It's fucking fake. And when Paul's ego made that fucking allegedly forced apology video. Oh, the other guys wanted me to make this apology video. Isn't it convenient that he took off his sunglasses, he just squints his right eye. There's no visible discoloration. There's no broken capillaries in the sclera of his eye. There's no bloodshotness to his eye. There is no visible bruising. He's just feigning an injury. And the power of suggestion caused a mass delusion, a collective hallucination where you motherfuckers thought he had a black eye, but he didn't have a fucking black eye. It was fake. It was fake. Fake. It was fake, bitches. Y'all are a bunch of Shabbos Goyim. Fuck y'all for falling for that fake-ass motherfucking shit. And much more to the point, fuck you for bringing it to my channel, to my comments, for bringing it into the war room, into that hallowed inner sanctum, asking me what I think about Paul's ego versus Billy the Fridge. It was fake. You fucking goy. You fucking goyim. It was fake. Oh, Adam Reyes gets it. Adam Reyes, yeah, the Cardassian fucking scene. The security recording was a fake. Use the fake fucking holographic fucking... It's a fake. Oh, man. Adam Reyes, you have no idea how much I love you right now because I didn't think anybody would get the reference. I didn't think anybody would pick up on that. And you fucking came through. Adam Reyes, you know what? You've earned it. You have earned it. And you're getting it. You're getting it right now. I can't wait a moment longer. Here it is. There you go. Just like that. If anybody wants to know how to be a moderator on The Rape of Society by Fakesagan, And now you know. You have to catch those Star Trek DS9 references, bitch. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Now, if y'all pardon me, it's time for another smoke break. I'll be right back. That's right, we're too smart for them. They're not gonna catch us. I'm back. I'm back. Did you miss me? Did y'all miss me? Can I confess something? Can I confess a deep, dark, sinny sin? I've had a little too much moonshine. I'm just a little bit drunk. The jar stands at over half full, and yet, and yet, I'm a little bit inebriated, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking it up? Yeah, Adam Reyes earned his Red Wings today. He's a full member of the War Room now. He's taken his 33rd degree. He's a widow's son. He's a traveler from the East. he's a motherfucking bro because he caught a DS9 reference that was so fucking obscure. I didn't think anybody was going to know what the fuck I was talking about. It's a fake. It's a fake. Good on you, Adam Reyes. Good on you. Bravo, son. Let me give you a golf clap. Golf clap for you. Intaglio says, never too drunk unless you start e-begging for free speech vids. Give free speech a voice, motherfuckers. Donate $500 right now or you will watch me die. Is that old school enough for you? Too much? Was it too much? Do I need to step it back just a little bit? Get the gun. Get the gun. Should I get the gun? Should I get the gun? Get your guns. Get your guns. That's for you, TJ. Little Marilyn Manson reference. Just for you, TJ. You watching? I know you are. Get your gun. Yes. Yes, Neutrinoid. Yes. Because no matter how drunk I am, I'm never too drunk to responsibly handle a firearm. And guess what? You hand-wringing, molly-coddling, safety nanny, hole monitor motherfucker. We live in a capitalist society, Neutrinoid, fractalite, and I paid $1,000 for the SIG P226. Are you listening? Are you listening? I paid $1,000 for this fucking pistol, which makes it my property, and I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it. And if I want to cover it with chocolate sauce and shove it up my motherfucking ass like it's a banana, that is exactly what I will do. Fuck you. Intaglio, no apologies necessary. No apologies necessary. Like I said, being part of Fakesagan's audience, being an initiate of the War Room, means never having to say you're sorry. So you can stuff your sorries in a sack. And now Mr. Sig is going back where he belongs. Back in the drawer of my computer desk, because you're a mean one, Mr. Sig. You're a nasty 9mm pistol. You're as powerful as a rifle. You're really made of steel, Mr. Sig. Neutrinoid says, while we are on the subject of guns, I'm a noob and like long, precise rifle and must be cheap. Suggestion. Get a motherfucking Mosin Nagant 9130. $180 at your local gun shop, and you will get a time-honored, battle-proven main battle rifle that can consistently connect with man-sized targets out to 200 yards using only the iron sights, you will get a precision instrument of warfare for rock bottom prices. Take my word on it. And if you go to the K forums on 4chan, they'll tell you the same motherfucking thing. You don't have to take Fakesagan's word for it. Get a Mosin. Get a motherfucking Mosin. And while you're at it, be sure that you seat it properly in the stock. So the receiver tends to have a little gap. It'll be a couple millimeters behind the receiver and in front of the stock. And if you get some marine epoxy and just fill in that little gap and seat the rifle properly, you're going to get much better accuracy. Just take my word. Neutrinoid Mosin. Mosin the gun. The moist nugget. Did Napalm Tube become a Catholic priest? Are you fucking serious, Great Helm? Sauce, motherfucker, can you back up that claim? Really? Napalm Tube became a motherfucking... Anarchist motherfucking Napalm Tube became a Catholic priest. Bro, you better back that up, or I'm revoking your mod privileges right the motherfuck now. Don't tease me, bitch. Don't tease me when I'm drunk. Are you serious? Are you serious? Sauce, motherfucker. Proofs. Where's the proofs? I want to see it. Hook a brother up. Wananana said, "Hey, Wananana, what's up? You said you weren't coming. You said you weren't going to be able to make it to this live stream, so welcome." Wananana says he went through a period of nihilism and experienced a religious conversion. This was like 5 years ago. What am I, the motherfucker's biographer? I have my own life. You know what I'm saying? I don't keep that close track on what he's doing. Adam Reyes says he made a video saying he is no longer an anarchist and has decided to go back to Christ. Hey, they're not mutually exclusive. You can still be an anarchist and be a disciple of the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Let me cross myself there. There we go. Christian anarchism. It's a thing. Look it up. And your good friend Confederate Socialist made fun of him for it. Confederal Socialist, yeah. He is. What's his new channel called? It's called The Alternative Hypothesis, if I'm not mistaken. Good old Ryan Falk. Yeah. Well, you know, people don't change. Confederal Socialist and I mean, he always had a problem with Napalm Tube. He always Adam Reyes says the gay Nazi laughed my fucking ass off. Yeah, he's kind of a lulzworthy dude. I don't dispute that. Touche, motherfucker. Okay, guys. So, I will tell you what. I'm done drinking. No more alcohol shall pass my lips this eve. But I'm not going to stop the live stream, even though it's been 2 hours, like I normally do. This live stream will continue until I'm sober enough to go to sleep. So if it has to go till 12:30 a.m., so be it. If it has to go till 1 a.m., que sera, sera. If it has to go until 1:30 a.m., them's the breaks. If it has to go till 2 a.m., that's how the cookie crumbles. Do you know what I'm motherfucking saying? Are you picking up what I am putting down? That is a fact, Jack, as Montegraph would say. Wananana says, Fakey can hold his liquor after all. Damn, take some self-control to put down some quality moonshine. Hey, man, hey. This is some high motherfucking quality moonshine. Ooh, baby. Let me tell you what. Bernalel says, hey, Fakey, what music are you listening to? Well, let's take a listen to it. That's supposed to be a cricket chirping. Yeah, I'm not listening to any music right now, Baron but you're about to listen to my bumper music because I'm going to take another vape. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm drunk. It's time to face the facts. Can't hide from the truth anymore. That's a great song. That song is that is Letting Go by Weaslack, and it can be found on SoundCloud. That's what it's called, Gennady. Letting Go by Weaslack. Weezlack. Do I listen to EDM routinely? I am an Apoptygma Berserk fan. Yeah, I would say, yeah. I'll answer in the affirmative. Actually, though, you know what? Since you guys are talking about music, there is a song I'm in the mood to hear right now. I do feel like listening to some tunes. So let's go ahead and bust some YouTube flavor, and maybe it'll overload the stream, maybe it won't. Cross your fingers. I really like this song. I'm sleeping for 40 days. I've been sleeping because this feels too amazing. She got it going on where eyes used to be, yeah. Just waiting I learn what it really means to see. Oh, it's the magical mystery kind. Must be alive. Bye-bye to that too good to be true kind of love. I could die. Do I think what about finding God? One and what about finding God? Elucidate, specify, pontificate, expound, motherfucker. Bye-bye to the too good to be true kind of love. Whoa, I could die. Whoa, I could die. Do I think this song is about finding God? I've wanted to hear you talk about redemption and self-forgiveness. All right. Redemption. Redemption. Redemption is the point at which, through the wisdom that can only be gained by life experience, one subjugates the ego, puts the self in check, and embraces the eternal, one's connection to the everlasting. Hold on. This song is distracting me. Let me go ahead and pause that shit. Let me go ahead and pause it. We're talking about some real nigga shit. Some serious shit. A serious topic. Let me give it the due diligence that it deserves. What do I think about redemption and self-forgiveness? Self-forgiveness. For one to forgive oneself, that suggests spiritual and moral complacency. The only one with the power to redeem is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I can't forgive myself. I can only be forgiven by one worthy of rendering that forgiveness. And is that man my peer, my equal? No, but he who is without sin. He who is feckless, without blemish, the Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Anybody? Anybody? You should have known. Yeah, you should have known. Oh my God. What the fuck? It's crits. Look. Look. Do we think we've progressed beyond the sacred? Have we become a species too enlightened, too mature to acknowledge our own shortcomings, our own failings? I think not. I think not, motherfucker. You see, I digress. I digress. You know what? This is a topic I should be talking about when I'm sober. I'm not going to be able to do it justice right now. Because though you may have been unaware, my beloved and humble audience, I'm a little bit drunk right now. Just a little bit inebriated. Just slightly. But ask me that question again later, and I'll give you a more nuanced and thorough answer. Oh my God, what the fuck? Crit says, have you ever gone to a sermon plastered? I have not. I would not dare set foot in the house of God under the influence of any neurochemical adulterant, because to do so would be a sin, sin. And down here, we call this a little twin. Nate Wheatshelf says, you should interview your priest for a vid. That would be sick. He seems like a smart dude. Can I get an amen on that? Does anyone second that emotion? Do people want to see a video with my priest? I could do it. I mean, he's a YOLO motherfucker. He won't care. He will definitely be okay with that, I think. It wouldn't be the first time that he's allowed cameras in the church. So, and though I have not done so myself, other congregants have recorded the liturgical activities. See, now I'm torn when it comes to the subject of discussing my faith here on YouTube, and let me explain why. On his renowned Sermon on the Mount, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? Enjoined us not to cast our pearls before swine, lest they trample them underfoot. And yet, he also said, go forth and make disciples of all nations. So, it's kind of a paradox. It's kind of a conundrum that I find myself in. You know what I'm saying? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you attuned to this frequency, my humble audience? Neutrinoid says, sorry, religion is weak sauce for me. Well, how old are you, Neutrinoid? Let me ask you that question. How old are you? Are you an old fag like me? Are you a weathered old soul? I'm curious. 40. And tell me a little bit about your life. Have you ever been of the spiritual bent? Have you ever been of the religious persuasion? Yes or no? Are you a cradle atheist, as it were? Tell me, Neutrinoid. I want to draw you out. Let me be your Barbara Walters. Let me pierce beneath the surface, penetrate the veneer, and get to the heart of who Neutrinoid Fractal really is. Maybe at 10 years old. Okay, so tell me about it. So what happened when you were 10 years old that caused your disillusionment, that separated you from God? Tell me what took place. Tell me what transpired. I want to know. I want to know. I want to see inside your soul. I want it to open for me like a split beaver. I want to penetrate into the essence of your being. Tell me, what happened to turn you into the bitter, disillusioned atheist that I see before me today? What jaded you, Neutrinoid Fractalot? Fakesagan is listening. You have my undivided attention. Is it perhaps that you were molested by a member of the clergy? Is it perhaps that you became enamored with the French existentialist movement of Western philosophy? Is it perhaps... Oh, okay, he's answering. He says, God equals fear. To think and explore life for what it is, so I choose exploration without fear. Well, I think that's an arbitrary and rather frivolous, if you will, pardon that assessment, a rather frivolous point of view. What led you to that belief, Neutrinoid? What turned you into the man that you are? Why do you think that way? Why do you think thusly, ma fuggle? Share with the group. Share your pain with me and gain strength from the sharing. Is it true what Wananana says? Did you molest a priest? Because if you did, that's a cardinal sin of sin. And you did not put in on this, man. Neutronoid says, really? Want to chat about that too deep? Hey, Neutronoid. Neutronoid. You started this, okay? You opened this door. You brought the subject up. And now it's too late to pussy out. You know what? You've been coming to my live chat sessions for a long time. You've been coming to these live streams. You've been commenting in the hallowed intersection of the war room, and I'm a hair's breadth away from making you a moderator in this live stream. But before I do, I want to know who I'm bestowing that privilege upon. I have to know who the real neutronoid fractalate is. So don't stop now. Don't hesitate. Participate, motherfucker. Share. Be real. Be honest. Tell us the truth. You have nothing to lose but your inhibitions. What's the real deal? What's really good, Neutraline? Talk to me. Talk to Fakey. Because I'm the Santa Claus of the subconscious. I'm listening. It's not too deep. You know, we can never get deep enough here in the rape of society. We're going balls deep in society's anus. Neutronoid says, I'm working on it. Maybe when I finished my thesis about that. Really, motherfucker, that is a cop-out. Come on. You've got everyone's attention. Don't stop now. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Because I know that you're about to put some pimpin' in it. Neutronoid fractalate. Tell me, how did you become an infidel? How did you become a faithless one? How did you become estranged from the creator of all life and all consciousness? I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind. It's not like debating on Twitter. You are not on motherfucking stupid ass Twitter. You are in the Fakesagan's rape of society. This is not Facebook. This is not Twitter. This is not Instagram, nor is it MySpace. This is Fakesagan rapes society. And if you can't be real here, then motherfucker, you just can't be real. So come on. Tell me what's on your mind. Nobody's gonna bite. I'm not gonna hurt you. We're just having a little back and forth. a little intellectual discourse. And there's nothing wrong with that on a Friday night when the mood is right. Really, how about you explain to me why you believe in God and use chat only? So you want me to explain in text? You want me to hop on the keyboard? You don't like the microphone? You've gotten tired of the honeyed tones of my soothing baritone voice, Neutronoid? Is that what you're saying? You want me to type? Wananana says, I became a theist after Banana Gate. The banana seemed perfectly designed for his human. Oh, Ray Comfort references. I fucking love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, you know what? You've earned your. There's that special moment that comes to every commenter on the rape of society when they earn their Red Wings. And for Wananana, that moment has just arrived. Oh, somebody's sending the fakey a text. Somebody loves the Fakesagan. It's nice to know that someone's thinking of you, isn't it? We should all have a sweetheart. We should all have that special something something. You know what I'm saying? Baron of Lulls. Fakey, do you think there is a rational way, I assume, to prove the existence of God? Or do you think it's something beyond that? I think it's something beyond that, Baron of Lulls. And the Holy Scriptures confirm my supposition. We are not meant to know God through the logic of the world, because God is other than, separate from, and above the logic of flawed, fallen human beings. For has not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? Where is the scribe of this age? Where is the wise man? Are you picking up what I'm putting down, Baron of Lulls? Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to empty my bladder. I will be right back. I'm well aware that I just butchered the Holy Scripture in my drunken haze, and woe be it to he who tramples Christ underfoot. So, it's common knowledge, even among those of the secular persuasion, that the famous ancient Christian church in Istanbul, Turkey, formerly Constantinople, is called Hagia Sophia, from the Greek meaning holy wisdom. When we Orthodox Christians quote the scripture, we say, Sophia Othi, wisdom of God. So allow me to quote the wisdom of God from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. The intelligence of the intelligent I will frustrate. Where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where is the philosopher of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? For since in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not know him, God was pleased through the foolishness of what was preached to save those who believe. That is one of my favorite lines from Scripture, because it illustrates a point that's been remarked upon not only among clergy, but also by secular society. Logic will not save us, to quote former Defense Secretary Robert McNamara. There's a limit to human wisdom. There's a limit to what our pale, impoverished intellect can divine of the true nature of our existence. Faith requires a leap of intuition. It requires us to look past the petty limitations, the pedantry of rational thought, logical reasoning, to pierce the veil of our limited human understanding and glimpse, if only briefly, the infinite. Y'all motherfuckers picking up what I'm putting down? Am I speaking English, motherfuckers? Baron of Low says, Fakey, do you think there is a rational way to prove... Oh, yeah. Has the chat frozen? Really? Nobody said anything since then? Are you guys asleep? Maybe it's time to cut off this live stream. Perhaps I've done all the damage I can do. Oh, Wananana is listening. Great. You know, even if you're completely non-religious, even if you reject any kind of metaphysical framework for your understanding of your place in the universe. You probably rely upon the queen of the sciences, philosophy, to define your understanding of your place in the world. And the founder of Western philosophy, and who could deny him that title? Who could steal that laurel from upon his furrowed brow? Socrates. Even he spoke of perfect forms that transcend human understanding, higher knowledge to which we are not privy. Which we only view as shadows. Shadows cast upon the wall of a cave. Well, that's Plato's allegory, but Intaglio says God is the Meno. Hmm. I wouldn't reduce God to that. And I think it's inappropriate that you capitalize Meno and leave God with the small g. Intaglio. I'll just throw that out there. Maybe that's my own personal taste. Wipey says, I just dreamed about yo ass. That's damage enough. Well, I hope that dream haunts you. Wananana, I will take an agnostic over an atheist any day of the week. Stick in that frame of mind. Daniel Sexton asks if intuition equals blind faith. No. Faith and intuition are two separate things. Although there is an element of intuition implied in faith. Let me put it that way. Baron of Lulz says, is there a special feeling when you connect with God, perhaps? Of course there is. Of course there is. And you felt that feeling yourself, but you failed to recognize it for what it was. Perhaps you labeled it something else. Nate Weefshelf asks, before you reborn, did you ever have a religious experience on psychedelics? Yes, I did. Yeah, I saw God on mescaline, Nate Wheatshelf, even as an atheist. Jathnos says, faith is trust and hope in something. I would not argue with that. Fair enough. Neutrinoid says, well, my long answer is not accepted by YouTube chat. Lol. Type it in parts. Neutrinoid. Break the text into smaller fragments so that you can satisfy the character limit. Wananana asks, what did God look like? Well, I take exception to the word did because it implies past tense, as if God is dead, as Nietzsche said. God is not dead. God is very much with us. And what does God look like? God looks like you and I, for we are made in his image and likeness. Neutrinoid says, see, even YouTube agreed with me. No, you're passing the buck for your own timidity. But that's okay. I'm going to let it slide. You don't have to talk about what turned you into an atheist, Neutrinoid. I'm willing to let the subject drop. But it's a shame because we could have had a fruitful discussion. And you've let that opportunity pass. I'll tell you what. Let's take a break from all this theology. Let's segue back onto politics. McCain tells European elite that the Trump administration is in disarray. Oh boy, John McCain. Let's see what he's up to now. It's one thing for Democrats or members of the establishment to bash Trump in public. However, when members of his own party lash out, it may be time to get concerned, even if the person responsible happens to be a known critic of the president. Breaking with conventional protocol and failing to deliver the message of reassurance that U.S. officials visiting Germany sought to convey on their debut trip to Europe, Republican Senator John McCain said on Friday that Trump's administration was in disarray. McCain told the Munich Security Conference, where earlier in the day, Germany Defense Minister Ursula von der Leyen, I can't even pronounce that name, warned Trump to stop threatening the EU. Abandoning Western values and seeking close ties with Russia, that the resignation of the new president's security advisor Michael Flynn over his contacts with Russia reflected deep problems in Washington. I think that the Flynn issue obviously is something that shows that in many respects this administration is in disarray, and they've got a lot of work to do, said McCain, who added that the president, I think, makes statements that, on other occasions, contradict himself. So we've learned to watch what the president does as opposed to what he says, he said. Well, that's always good advice, McCain. You should always pay more attention to what people do than what they say. This is the same John McCain who earlier in the week was recorded in a prank phone call in which two Russian hackers got the bellicose senator to divulge key aspects of U.S. strategy vis-a-vis Ukraine and Russia. Wow, really? I must have missed that one. I've got to check this link. I've got to see what this source is here. Let's follow this one. Senator McCain falls for absurd Russian prankster pretending to be Ukrainian prime minister. Really? Holy shit. All right. Before we get to this, let's get back to the original article I was reading. As discussed earlier, the debut trip to Europe of Trump's Defense Secretary Jim Mattis and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson to a meeting of G20 counterparts in Bonn went some way to assuaging concerns, as they both took a more traditional U.S. position. But as Reuters notes, Trump is wrestling with a growing controversy at home about potential ties between his aides and Russia, which he dismissed on Thursday as a ruse and scam perpetrated by hostile news media. And yes, until the sudden and unexpected statement by McCain, things were going smoothly. Mattis made clear to allies, both as NATO and Brussels and in Munich, that the United States would not retreat from leadership as the European continent grapples with an assertive Russia. An assertive Russia, fuck you. Wars in eastern and southern Mediterranean countries and attacks by Islamist militants. Mattis told a crowd that included heads of state and more than 70 defense ministers that Trump backed NATO. President Trump came into office and has thrown now his full support to NATO. He too espouses NATO's need to adapt to today's strategic situation for it to remain credible, capable, and relevant, Mattis said. Remarks to be delivered by Vice President Mike Pence at the Munich conference on Saturday reveal a similar message of reassurance. Pence will say that Europe is an indispensable partner for the United States, a senior White House foreign policy advisor told reporters. Unfortunately, when a diplomatic mission cannot deliver a united front, it will be for nothing. The Europeans may need more persuading than Washington stands, that Washington stands with it on range of security issues. There is still a lot of uncertainty, Sebastian Kurz, Austria's foreign minister, told reporters. The big topic in Munich is looking to the USA to see which developments to expect next. If Europeans really want clarity about what to expect next, they may want to look away from the US for the time being. Oh, shame on a nigga who tried to run game on a nigga. Woo, buck wild with the trigger. Oh, Zero Hedge, I love you. So let's get back to this McCain thing. How fucking stupid are our leaders? Fucking John McCain fell for this ridiculous prank by a group of famous Russian phone fags. I love you, Zero Hedge. McCain said, to whom he thought was the Prime Minister of the Ukraine, I cannot predict what this president will do. Essentially, he's taking foreign policy with them, wanting harsher sanctions on Russia. While those fuckheads are ringing bells in the background, we have pranked McCain, Lindsey Graham, and the Republican Majority Leader in Congress, McConnell, and in Congress, Mitch McConnell, on the issue of anti-Russian sanctions. However, we cannot tell the details yet, Kuznetsov said. This is fucking incredible. Did McCain really get... there's a YouTube video. I think I have to watch this.
Hello, Mr. Prime Minister. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hello, dear Senator. How are you?
Well, I've been reading about the new attacks in the eastern part of your country by Vladimir Putin, and it's not surprising.
So that's really a sad situation, and you know it's really a hard situation, and that's why I would like to tell you thank you that you support us in so hard time. So it's really helpful for us.
Well, I'm putting on a statement today and a letter to the President saying that it's important for us to provide lethal defensive weapons to your country and do it immediately. It is authorized in the legislation we passed last year.
You know, I would like to talk to you about sanctions, especially sanctions against Russia. We have also heard that you may be aware of the fact that our country has a very large package of sanctions against the government officials of Russia. We also know that there are similar laws in your country as well. we are disappointed to hear recent news in the media that the United States want to lift the sanctions. How probable is this scenario in 2017?
Well, the Washington Post has an excellent editorial this morning that there is a absolute requirement to respond to the renewed activities. The title of the editorial is "Rockets Fall on Ukraine."
That's absolutely true. And in our town, Avdiivka had big damage from Russian army.
Well, I'm sending a letter to the president to urge him to announce the provision of lethal defensive weapons to your country, and none of us, and I'm sure you, Mr. Prime Minister, are not surprised that Vladimir Putin should decide to test the new president.
Absolutely, I agree totally, and I hope that President Trump will press on Putin because of these events. What happened?
And I will do everything I can to be of assistance.
I heard you want to make new sanctions, and we plan to make new sanctions against Russia because of hacking attacks. We want to make the same law in our parliament.
I have to be very frank with my friend, the Prime Minister, and that is that I do not know what the president is going to do. At least in the beginning, he's not been specific, but apparently for now, he is not for removing sanctions. As you know, we in the Senate and Congress have stated if that he relaxes those sanctions, we will act legislatively. That won't be easy, but we will certainly make that effort.
Of course.
It is a fact that Vladimir Putin tried to affect the outcome of our election. I will keep you informed as I hear of the decisions that are made by the White House. As you know, there's a great deal of confusion now, but we will continue to advocate, including our Senate leader, Senator McConnell, for maintaining sanctions and increasing sanctions. But I have to tell you, my friend, I cannot predict what this president will do. That's why we must keep the pressure on.
Do you think that Trump is a friend of Putin? Do you really think so?
I'm encouraged by the fact that after his conversation with Putin, there was no comment about...
Can I just pause this for a second? Can I just pause this for 1 second? Holy shit. Holy shit. I am literally listening to a United States senator being pranked by Russian pranksters pretending to be the Ukrainian prime minister, and he's fucking falling for it. Are you fucking serious? He doesn't have staff that vets his phone calls? What? Can I call John McCain and pretend to be Angela Merkel? Hello, Mr. McCain. This is Angela Merkel of Germany. I want to talk to you about this YouTube user named Fakesagan. I think he's a security threat. What the fuck? What the fuck? Is this for real?
But again, my dear friend, I cannot predict. I think the important people right now is Tillerson, who, although friends with Putin at one time, must be very careful because of the process of his confirmation as to how he handles the sanctions issue. I kind of think he will be very cautious. I do know that General Mattis is strongly in favor of sanctions, and he is, as you know, extremely influential. My friend, I will never stop working. I will do everything I can, and I wish I could predict more about what Trump is going to do, but the fact that he has not said.
I'm sorry. I just have to pause this again. I have to pause this again. Does he have Alzheimer's? Is he literally senile at this point? He's fucking falling for this? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, John McCain?
Anything since he has become president may give us a small bit of optimism, but these are the most challenging times in the years that I have been here.
We are also worried about the fate of the NATO and the EU, and we were afraid that the US will leave and withdraw from participation in this organization. We really want to become members of these two unions. In your opinion, what do we need to do in order to become members of this organization? At least 1 year, what we need to do?
I think you should state your strong commitment to being a member of NATO, but I don't think anything is going to happen until the whole issue of U.S.-Russia relationship is settled. And you and I know Vladimir Putin. He is not ready to stop his aggression, not only against you, but the Baltics and Syria. So in the long run, I think we are going to be in the most challenging time, which means there will be more support for Ukraine membership in NATO. At the moment, if I were you, I would just restate our desire to be members of NATO, and let's see what happens in the next few months.
We have information that Putin is preparing a series of compromising material for the U.S. public that concerns you directly. They are planning to spread the information that you have been collaborating with the Russian secret services and that you have been recruited while in captivity in Vietnam. But it will be soon published by Russia Today.
I will look forward to that. I thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, and I will look for...
Holy shit, he still doesn't know he's being fucking pranked? He still doesn't know he's being fucking pranked? Are you fucking serious? I am not drunk enough for this. Holy shit.
Forward to them revealing how I was brainwashed by by our North Vietnamese friends. I thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, and I'd be very interested. Actually, I'd be very interested, and maybe you could ask your ambassador to tell me more about that information. I'd be very interested.
Okay. And we got a secret information from our security service that Russia and Putin personally are planning a series of hacker attacks on your servers or on your personal servers. And Putin has already issued an order to his personal hackers, Aberwalk and Slavik. They are already in the blacklist and they are under sanction. And then his special pranksters, Alexis and Vavan, that they want to make attacks on your phone line 24 hours. So I just need to let you know that.
I thank you very much for that information, and I will certainly...
Oh my god, they even just said the word pranksters, and he's still taking it seriously, like as if he's talking to the Prime Minister of Ukraine. What the fuck am I listening to? Am I hallucinating this? I have had way too much to drink, or John McCain is the stupidest motherfucker on the planet Earth. Which one is it?
Be aware of it as to the content of my conversations as far as any national security issues are concerned. I thank you, sir, and I look forward to seeing you, and we'll win this fight. We'll win.
And last question, I just want to ask you about new sanctions. You wanna make sanctions against Putin or his advisors or against companies?
I think it's against advisors and companies that engage in these activities. But our first challenge is to make sure that the existing sanctions are not lifted.
Yeah, you worry that it could be?
I've been encouraged by the president's comments so far, but I was very worried because of the comments he made during the campaign about Putin.
Could you tell us the persons who could be in the list in sanctions?
No, we haven't gotten that far yet. Primarily, it was sanctions against their commercial activities and other banking and financial institutions. But I can get that to you. And again, I thank you for the call, and I look forward to seeing you, and I thank you for your leadership.
Thank you so much, dear Senator. Our doors are open for you.
There you go. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Guys, did I just imagine that because I've been drinking? Did you all just hear the same thing I heard? That was John McCain's voice. Holy shit. Why isn't this all over the media? Oh, right. Because they're a bunch of fucking establishment corporate hacks. What? Holy shit. John McCain just got clowned by a couple of fucking pranksters. He just got fucking crank yanked by a couple of Russian fucking pranksters. Holy shit. Holy shit. I can't I need to go smoke. I need a break. I'll be back. Guys, truth is stranger than fiction. When I sober up tomorrow, I'm already going to start erecting walls against the reality of what I just heard in my mind. I'm going to convince myself it wasn't real. There's no way it's that easy to fleece a United States senator. How did they even get his fucking office's phone number? What the fuck? Do they not have any vetting process? Will he just take a call from anyone? Hey, I'm the Prime Minister of Ukraine. What the fuck? Wow. I knew he was dumb, but holy shit. I'm floored. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna top this. That was the high point of this this live stream right there. Neutronoid says, Neutronoid belches. Neutronoid says some radio show in Canada kept doing those kinds of pranks all the time. That is, if that doesn't break the mainstream media in any way, if nobody fucking talks about this, wow. I just hope people watch this live stream. That's incredible. That was such an orgasmic moment. Kitty, holy shit. He still thinks Duck and Cover is an ongoing program. Oh, brother. Oh, McCain. They need to shuffle that guy off to the old folks' home. Why does he still have a seat in the United States Senate? Why? He's gone beyond the bend. This wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm flummoxed. Okay. All right, let's see what's next on the list here. That was a special moment. Fearful, panicked illegal immigrants flood Mexican consulates across the U.S. Okay, let's check this one out. After a wave of raids last weekend by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials landed over 600 people in cities across the country in federal detention centers, illegal immigrants across the nation are suddenly growing far more concerned about what the Trump administration might mean for their future residency plans. Add to that this morning's latest leaks/rumors, courtesy of the Associated Press, that Trump is making plans to call up 100,000 National Guard troops to round up illegal immigrants, and you have a recipe for nationwide panic among those who have intentionally violated U.S. immigration laws. As the New York Times points out, this uncertainty over Trump's approach to deportations has Mexican nationals flooding consulates all over the country for legal advice on how to fight deportation. And the consulates are probably actually cooperating with this. Oh, man. Holy shit, Mexico. Perhaps nobody is as busy as Carlos Garcia de Alba, the Consul General in Los Angeles, one of the largest offices in the country. He has begun to train nearly every employee in basic legal services and expects to bring in many more. I can't even read this anymore. Politics is just a joke in 2017. Like, you know, I feel like real headlines have become as absurd as shit that you would hear on Stephen Colbert Report or The Daily Show. It's just fucking ridiculous. This is a joke. This isn't real. You know what, guys? You know what? It's 1:12 a.m. Um, I need to be up early tomorrow. Saturday of Souls. Um, I think we're done. I think we're done here. I want to thank everybody for coming to Fakesagan Rape Society, Volume 7. I hope you've all had a great time. I have. That's all the news that apparently is not fit to print. Keep it motherfucking fake.